It started with a single notification sound, that sweet little cha-ching from Fiverr. I remember just staring at my screen for a second, not believing it actually happened. I just made my first $5 online. It wasn't much, but here's the twist. I didn't use any fancy marketing skills, didn't pay for ads, and didn't even have a portfolio. I used nothing but ChatGPT, Canva, and a strong caffeine addiction. So yeah, no business degree, no secret guru formula, just pure curiosity and persistence. And by the end of this story, you'll know exactly how I turned that into over $100 in a week using AI tools anyone can access for free. No fluff, no course pitch, no fake screenshots, just the real process that worked. Let's rewind a bit. A few months ago, I kept seeing videos and tweets about AI side hustles and make $10,000 a month with ChatGPT, but none of them actually showed the step-by-step process. It was all talk. So I decided to put this whole AI money concept to the test. 1 week, one Fiverr account, no prior experience. My goal was simple: make $100 using only ChatGPT and free tools like Canva. That's it. No excuses, no extra help, just me, my laptop, and a lot of trial and error. Now, here's where it all started to click. The first mistake most beginners make when trying to make money with ChatGPT is this: they sell the tool instead of the result. People don't care about ChatGPT. They care about what ChatGPT can do for them. That's the difference between someone who gets no orders and someone who starts getting steady clients. Once I realized that, everything changed. Instead of listing a generic, "I'll write your AI prompts" gig, which nobody really wants, I focused on outcomes people actually pay for. Things like catchy business names, product descriptions, content strategies, or slogan ideas. These are problems every business owner faces, and I can generate them in seconds. But the trick is in presentation, making it look polished, human, and brand ready. So I stopped selling prompts and started selling results. That small mental shift was a game changer. The next step was figuring out what actually sells. Before creating anything, I spent about an hour studying Fiverr's marketplace. I searched for ChatGPT and AI writing and brand names. Most of the gigs I found were super generic. I'll write AI prompts, or I'll use ChatGPT to write content. But the ones that had hundreds of reviews and top ratings, they weren't even mentioning AI. They were selling brand strategies, business names, content calendars, all things that could be done with ChatGPT, and that they were packaged smartly. To double check, I looked at Etsy, and that's where the light bulb went off. I saw people selling digital business name ideas and templates for $10 to $30, literally PDFs generated with AI. I thought, if they can do that on Etsy, I can do it on Fiverr, faster, cleaner, and cheaper. That's when I knew I'd found my lane. So I sat down, opened ChatGPT, and built my first offer. The gig title was, "I will create 10 unique brand names and slogans for your business using AI." Sounds simple, right? But simplicity sells. I crafted the prompt carefully, adding personality and structure so ChatGPT's answers sounded more like something from a real creative agency. Then I used Canva to turn the results into a clean, branded PDF, something that looked professional enough to impress clients. It took less than 20 minutes, and honestly, when I previewed the gig before publishing, I laughed a little. It looked like something a professional designer or copywriter would charge $50 for, but it was just me experimenting with AI. That's when I realized the real skill here isn't about being the smartest or most creative person. It's about knowing how to package what AI gives you into something people already value. Once the offer was ready, I moved to setting up the Fiverr gig. I didn't overthink it. I used a site called Namelix to come up with a quick brand name, grabbed a logo from an AI logo generator, and uploaded it as my gig thumbnail. Then I opened ChatGPT again and asked it to write a Fiverr description for me. Something that sounded engaging, but believable. I edited it a bit to make it sound more like my personality and less robotic. Price? Just $5. Why so low? Because the goal wasn't to get rich on day one, but it was to get reviews. Fiverr's algorithm loves new sellers who deliver fast, get good feedback, and stay active. So I decided my first few sales would just be about building credibility. I hit publish, sat back, and waited. Now here's the thing most people don't realize. Fiverr won't push your gig right away. You need to give it a little momentum. So instead of sitting around waiting for the algorithm, I decided to promote it manually. I went to a few Facebook business communities and Reddit threads where small business owners hang out. Instead of spamming my link, I shared value. I posted something like, "Hey, I generated a few creative brand name ideas with AI. Which one do you like best?" That post got attention. People started commenting, asking how I made them, and one person even said, "Can you make one for my brand?" Boom, I replied with my Fiverr link. Smooth, subtle, and effective. And then it finally happened. Late one night, I heard that sweet Fiverr notification. Cha-ching. Someone actually placed an order. They wanted a name for their handmade candle business. I got to work immediately. I used ChatGPT to brainstorm different name styles: elegant, nature-inspired, minimalistic. Then I refined the list, added slogans, and presented them in a clean Canva PDF. Total time? About 2 hours. When I delivered the order, I felt that mix of excitement and anxiety every freelancer knows, waiting for the client's response. A few hours later, they replied, "This is perfect. Thank you so much, 5-star review." And just like that, the system was proven. I'd made my first $5 online, but more importantly, I had proof that the process worked. After that, I scaled up. I didn't reinvent the wheel, I just duplicated the system. If 1 gig worked, 3 could work better. I created variations. I'll create catchy slogans for your brand. I'll write creative taglines, and I'll brainstorm brand ideas using AI. All built from the same workflow: ChatGPT plus Canva plus presentation. It was like remixing one hit song into 3 different versions. As the days went on, orders started trickling in. Nothing crazy, but consistent enough to see momentum. Every time I completed 1 gig, I used the same client feedback to make the next listing stronger. When someone mentioned they liked the visuals, I made that my thumbnail focus. When someone said they needed a content strategy, I added a new gig for that. Slowly, I built a mini AI-powered service shop, and within 7 days, I had crossed the $100 mark. No ads, no followers, no marketing, just strategic use of free AI tools and simple presentation. That week taught me more about online business than any YouTube tutorial ever had, because it wasn't just about money, it was about proof of concept. AI isn't replacing freelancers, it's empowering the ones who know how to use it smartly. And Fiverr, despite what people say, isn't dead. It's just overcrowded with copy-paste sellers who don't take time to understand what buyers actually need. If you can bridge that gap between what AI can do and what clients want, you'll win every time. The formula is simple. Find a human problem, use AI to generate solutions, and package those solutions in a way that looks polished, creative, and trustworthy. That's it. You don't need to be a genius, you just need to start. The biggest lesson I learned: don't overthink it. Everyone waits for the perfect gig idea or perfect setup, but perfection never launches. Just post something, test it, tweak it, and repeat. My first gig wasn't perfect. My first thumbnail was probably awful, but it existed. And that's what mattered. Action beats perfection every single time. So if you're watching this and still hesitating to post that first Fiverr gig, here's your sign. Don't wait to learn more or get better, just start. Because once you hear that first cha-ching, once that first stranger pays you real money for something you created, even if it's just $5, you'll realize how possible it really is. That's how I made my first $100 selling AI-powered services on Fiverr. Not through luck, but through testing, learning, and simplifying. If you've got ChatGPT, Canva, and a laptop, you already have everything you need. The only missing piece is execution. So yeah, stop scrolling, stop researching, and just build your first gig tonight. Because every big online business starts with one small sale. And yours could be just a few clicks away.